Being Warnitis Unleashes book reviews, where I talk to you about books and stuff like that, and I used to spend a lot more time on classic literature and some contemporary literature, but then I got bored with the day in and outs, whatever, you know what I'm saying, of normal people doing normal things. I want fun and adventure and entertainment, but good writing too. Anyways, I've progressed, and you're going to see a little bit of that today. But first of all, I want to tease that I got a cool little announcement. It's not little, it's a big announcement. At the end of this video, I'll link to it. It's gonna go in a completely different video because it's that big. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you about, hands down, my favorite, whether you want to say comic book, whether you want to talk about novels and written words, it doesn't matter. Overall, story-wise, my favorite story in a long time, Black Science, which is a currently ongoing comic book series that just finished issue 6 and is now on break for a month or two before they start the next arc. I'm not discrediting this because it's a comic book, because Black Science kicks ass. I really, I'm so enthused about this book over any other story going on right now. It's a passion that's reminded me why stories are cool in the first place. So I want to talk to you about it. And I thought about writing notes out, but then I thought, you know, if I'm sitting down with a friend and I'm explaining to him why I love anything really, I shouldn't need notes explaining why I love it. The passion should just kind of come out. So that's what's going to happen here. Black Science is, I'm going to butcher names just like always, so I don't even know why I read this type of stuff, but it's written by Remender, something along those lines. He writes a lot of different stories. I think he's on Captain America right now. The Deadly Class, I think, is another one of his own kind of ideas, not a superhero. I'm sure some other stuff he's working on as well. And it's also, you know, all the art is done by Matteo Scalera and Dean White. Cool name, Dean. And this stuff is blowing me away, so let me just get into it. So basically, the brief storyline that's not going to give away anything is that a group of scientists figured out a way to cut through dimensions, so interdimensional travel, I suppose. And they can go explore all these different dimensions, but of course the device that they used to do it broke in the process, and now they are constantly jumping from one reality universe, whatever you want to call it, to another with no way to stop it other than to try and fix it and get themselves back home. So they're transported at random times. They have a little countdown timer before they know that they are going to get transported again, and they don't know where they're going to go next. Pretty cool stuff that obviously, as you can probably guess, if done well, can lead to some amazingly cool stories. And so far, through the first 6 issues, it is done amazingly well. So first of all, the pace is cutthroat, very well trimmed, so there's not a lot of fat here. Basically, you've got the perfect blend of science fiction and the action adventureness that comes with that, and noir, and sort of the suspense and passion, I guess, that comes from that, jumbled really well together. If we're not in the middle of huge explosions and wild, crazy species that we have never seen exist in our universe fighting violently or closely escaping death, if we're not doing fun things like that, then we're learning more in-depth details about the characters that help you to get connected, which those two things are the only things that should be in your story, right? If you're not providing more growth to your character or pushing the story along, then why is that writing in there, right? That's what the professors teach you in school anyway. So I think this has that stuff down as a perfect example. Now the art on, it's so beautiful. If you guys have been watching for a while, you know for a while I was into Animal Man, and that was mainly because of the art. The story kind of started to fall off as it progressed. Whatever, that's for a different story. But the art was very dark, scary, creepy, intense. and there's a lot of that here in Black Science. I wouldn't say it is as dark, but it is just as, if not more, intense. Vivid colors. The possibility to write alternate universes and to get to switch them up as you want as an author, to change the story and stuff, to give some new breath into your story and stuff, that has to be such a liberating experience. And to be able to do the same with the artwork, create these universes from your mind, and when it gets a little boring, just create a new universe. And you know, in the first 6 issues, they've already jumped to, I think, 3 or 4 different alternate realities and stuff. So there's always fun, exciting stuff to look at in this art. Layout wise, it's beautiful too. They share, each book shares a similar pattern, especially the opening credits page. Wow. It is right out of a Hollywood blockbuster film. When you open that page, it's usually a couple pages in that gives you the title. It's almost always on a spreadsheet. It might always be on a spread, 2 pages spread, title huge in the bottom, credits right below that, always a breathtaking image above it. God, I look forward just to opening to that page, let alone the whole book. Cliffhangers at the end of every issue, sure, more or less, but they are never cliche. I'll take that back. I suppose they're somewhat cliche at times, but they are given great spins. A lot of time and passion is dedicated into this. This is not a cliche comic book story. A lot of trouble with comic books is that you're putting authors onto stories that they didn't necessarily come up with, most of the time superheroes, and then forcing them to write these stories on a month-to-month basis, and maybe they're not stories that they're passionate about. And so I think what happens is you get a lot of cliche repetitiveness. But Black Science is completely an independent concept from Rick Remender. I hope it's Remender. And so his passion is there. It's his baby, and he says that in some of the closing notes of some of the books, that this is his real baby, and man, does it show. And I'll also say that I think they wrote at the end of issue 6 about how they really try to make each issue better than the one before it, which is, I guess, sort of a goal everybody strives for when they're making things, to make the next one better than the last. But holy cow, do I think that they've really hit it off well in this book, doing that as well. So you've got everything you could want here, at least if you're into the kind of stuff I suppose I'm into. Lots of space exploration type of ideas, lots of action and adventure, lots of underlying themes and ideas that you can ponder over if you want to dig deeper into the story. But overall, just a riveting, addictive, I need the next issue feel. Now, I know a lot of people have gotten that over the past years through, well, for one, like Harry Potter, you always wanted the next issue to come out. But I know specifically, most of the time, women and girls, although plenty of the guys read this stuff too, but it seems like mostly women have been having the fun of, like Hunger Games, and anticipating the next Hunger Games book, or Divergent and anticipating the next Divergent book and stuff like that. For me, it's totally this Black Science. You guys know I'm reading Dune, and I'm still reading Dune, and I like Dune, but God, it is not as captivating as Black Science. Please, by all means, I have not said this in a long time, go out and buy this book. I really don't think you'll be disappointed, unless everything I just described to you sounds kind of like not your deal, because not everything is for everybody, right? Right. So now I'm going to be linking another video. Hopefully right here you'll see me talking in another video. Big announcement, I guess. I don't want to super hype things up, but click it out. Check it out. Cool. Thanks, guys. Dune review coming soon. I swear, I'm plowing through it. It's just a really long book. It's 800 pages, yo. I'm not a speed reader. Damn. Did you guys see Spritz, by the way? That's a really cool concept that they're coming up online. A new way of reading. Check that out if you haven't yet. Google Spritz. S-P-R-I-T-Z. I want that. I want to read my books with Spritz. So cool. Anyways, okay. See you guys later. You're awesome. Take care of yourselves. Take care of other people. Okay. Bye.